Hey guys, what's up? Just want to do a quick video here on normal pre-flight procedure. I know a lot of you guys have been saying about a tail rotor failure, and if it's anything like I've been seeing, it's my set screw there. I found came loose 4 times now, and now what I do every flight while I wait for my batteries to charge is come on down here and give it a good rock and just check to make sure that it's not moving on that shaft. If it's moving, that set screw's loose, and you might as well pack it home and clean the set screw or replace the set screw and re-lock tight and let it sit, because if you're gonna rush and try to just throw thread lock on that, I promise you, you're gonna fly. It's just gonna come right out and you're gonna lose your tail. So anywho, speaking of which, that is one of the things that I check, is that key component in the tail there. I also check to see how tight my blades are and make sure there's no excessive lateral axial play in the grips. I just go ahead and check the slider, give it once over the gears, make sure they're not too boogered up for that matter, or foreign debris. Make sure there's no chip or wear. You can usually see they kind of have like a color deformation. You can see when the plastic's about to fail. So if you're lucky, you can catch it on your main gear. I seen it with my stock main gear, but I was arrogant and wanted to see how many flights I can get out of it. But luckily I didn't crash. Anywho, back to what the pre-flight is all about. I come over here to my grips and I just give them a good rock to make sure that it's seated. And with this DFC head, it's really imperative that you keep it tight and there's no rocking, because with any rocking, you're gonna snap these grips. And obviously, this is the next part of the pre-flight here. Excuse me, is checking the swash and just giving the good links, give them a good tug. And while I'm at it, I actually go on the servo horn and just rock it just to make sure that my servo horn screw isn't coming out, because I definitely crashed twice because I didn't set my horn right on my servo with thread lock, and I paid for it. Anywho, back to this. I go back to my gears here and I give it a good turn here just to make sure I don't hear any unusual sounds or creaking, or go into gears here, then give it a good once over and just make sure that there's no wear. And I mean, there's a little bit of dust here. You'll see that's from my main gear. There's still dust up in there. I didn't really clean it out well when it's stripped. And then the other thing I definitely do is I make sure that the boom is not moving. I had a problem with this where my boom wasn't tight, and it actually shimmied to the right a little bit. And thank God I checked it and I figured out what was wrong before I took off. So I do that. And while I'm at it, I actually check the backlash of the gears, of the torque tube gears, because it's just good practice to do, because if something moves, it's better to catch it on the ground than when you're flying your whirly bird 100 feet in the air. Now, another thing I check while I'm at it is I just give it a quick once over. I just make sure that my wires are where they need to be. Make sure they didn't move. That's why I use this 3M tape religiously. It works for me. I use it, and I use it in comparison with shoe glue too. I took Lexan caulk and caulked around my servo leads here just so they don't vibrate loose. They're secured in the inside, but I mean, extra precaution is what it is, I go over, just make sure that nothing's rubbing. Anything that's on carbon fiber here, I have my tape. And then below that, what I did, if you can kind of see it here, I put shoe glue on the edge of the carbon fiber. Even though that's smooth carbon fiber, I still did that because I just love to have a barrier. Because it's just, you know what I mean? Too many crashes cost too much, and I'd rather just buy more toys and keep repairing them. So that is pretty much what I do in my pre-flight, just, after every flight or every 2 flights. And so far, I've had 53 flights on this, and I've not, except for the main gear stripping, I've not had a casualty. And so there you have it, guys. Fly on.